Hello there friends, and welcome back to more Bravely Default. Last time, Agnes entered the Sacred Flower Festival with her Vestal garb in hopes of reaching her long-lost friend, Olivia. Thanks to a letter we acquired, we now know that Olivia is somewhere in hiding to the west of Florem in some ruins. While we could immediately head there and see if we can reunite with her quicker, there are still some things I want to do here in Florem. So today we're going to be tackling that. First things first though, this has been nagging me. I completely forgot that there's a Lilith's Kiss up here, and I just kind of found it while I was running around Florem off screen. But let's go ahead and look at Narenda Village. So I think it's about time that I talk about the last shop we have yet to upgrade, which is the compound shop that gives us compounds. Now we can't really do too much with compounds right now, but I want to go ahead and start upgrading it for future reasons. Next, I'm going to upgrade the trader shop so I can get ethers from the adventurer. And finally, I'm going to be continuing to upgrade the river parts shop so I can get the flyer slaying ability, as well as the cure paralyze and paralyze resistance up parts as well. Okay, that's out of the way now. I'm going to see you back outside of Florem so I can turn this area to nighttime as it is currently day. And in order to continue what I want to do, I have to turn it to night. So, I'll see you then. Alrighty, now that it is nighttime, let's re-enter Florem.
I'm sorry, are you? They were certainly in a hurry.
Looks like they dropped something.
Let's have a look.
That isn't yours. You oughtn't.
No, I oughtn't. And good thing I did.
Why? What does it say?
Rose to strike Northern Hideaway. Warn them to flee at once.
What? Rose. The Blood Rose Legion.
Let's hurry north, to the hidden village.
The Blood Rose Legion is at it again, so let's go ahead and head north. We already know what two of their members is capable of and what they've done to this city, so I think taking them down is a top priority. Now, you may be wondering why am I breaking up the main scenario into chunks and doing the Blood Rose stuff in between, whenever, you know, the story is very obviously trying to point us towards the main scenario. The biggest reason why I'm segmenting these videos such as this is because, unlike the Chapter 1 side quests, these Chapter 2 side quests are fairly separate from each other, so we can kind of just tackle them individually as they come up. The Chapter 1 side quests I wanted to wait until the very end to do because it was part of an entire story arc. These are not. Oh, we're in kind of like a new area. Okay, so we've got two enemies we've kind of seen before, and we got a treant this time. Nothing new though, we're just gonna mow these guys down. Tiz has got us covered. But we had violent outbreaks due to fairy wings and hallucinogenic dyes, so what's going to be the problem here? Welcome to the Witherwood. This is a fairly wide dungeon. It's got lots of turning paths and a few rooms, so let's get to exploring. First things first, we got a remedy. That's always nice. Oh, hello. Dagons and Legion Mages. The Blood Rose Legion is coming out, already ready to hit us. I don't think we really need to change all that much, though these Dagons really hurt. They're physical gods. They took ED's HP down to half. The EXP we're getting though isn't too bad, and the JP's nice. But we need to make sure to keep an eye on our HP here. Ring a bell, you're going to be our heal buddy. I'm glad that everyone is hit 1000 HP. It makes me feel very comfortable going up against a lot of enemies because, I don't know, something strange about me, I guess, is that I like looking at 1000 HP more than like 990 something, because even though it's only like 10 more, it just makes me feel stronger. These catamounts just ripped into us there. Unfortunately, they had the advantage there. I don't know if they're faster than me, so I'm going to play very safe here. You know what? Nah. Rip into them. Oh, never mind. I don't think I'll kill anyone. Actually, no, I'll definitely kill. Poor Olivia. One of these days, she's going to be the lone survivor and get all the EXP. Alright, Agnes, get the raise out. There we go. Gear her up. Okay. Yeah, so much for 1000 HP. That didn't really do me all that good here. Okay, well, so since these guys like to mow me down, I'm gonna play fairly safe. 500 P, okay. So there's two exits we saw right there. There's one to the top right and one to the top left. Grab this one. It seems to be a single area. Okay, so it seems that we're kind of in like a speed tie with these guys. Or at least Tiz is a speed tie with them. That doesn't bode well for our HP, but Sleep Blade. Okay, let's check that out. Idia is our main sword user here. It is an upgrade, and it can cause sleep. So let's give that to her, and then we'll get... Let's see here. Is the Scimitar stronger than the Tomahawk? He does get more aim, but Ring of Bella doesn't really need that right now, so I will hold off on that upgrade then. We'll use Agnes to cure up a little bit here. She has a lot of MP to spare, so I think it's fine using it. Alright. I guess while we're running around here, I want to give my quick thoughts on the Blood Rose Legion. I guess, so my opinions on the Blood Rose Legion in general is they are probably the most intimidating and dangerous faction of the Eternian forces we've fought so far. They are very, very ruthless and mean. And, like, even more so than the Sky Knights or the Merchantry, they have no real consideration for any human life. Especially Florems. Yes, the citizens of Florem are not the greatest people and are very vain and kind of drown in their own style and beauty and vanity. But they're still people, and they're being taken advantage of by these horrible monsters. And on my first playthrough, they're the biggest reason why I got so invested in this game once I hit Chapter 2. Because I was just so taken aback by the lengths that this Legion went to in order to destabilize and torture this nation that doesn't even have any real connection to the Orthodoxy anymore. The Eternians have already shown that they are anti-Crystalists and everything, but the Florem citizens have no real regard for Crystalism anymore. That might be because of the Legion's influence on them, but if it isn't, and they're just kind of doing this for kicks, then what the hell? I don't know. The Legion both confuses me and scares me. And it was definitely a huge departure from the, let's be honest, the buffoonery of the Merchantry. I've already talked about how their schemes and plans aren't exactly the most thought out or well organized. And the Legion so far has done a much better job at, I guess, manipulating and controlling their nation of choice. But, you know, of course, the gang comes along and helps out, so they're obviously not going to be in power for much longer. I mean, 2 of their members already been taken care of, so... And I guess while we're on the subject, I want to take a brief moment to talk about the subject matter that these 2 previous quests have really gone over. First things first, the Summoner quest had Mephilia the Summoner basically getting kicks off of watching kids murder each other over some wings, and utilizing Florem's past objects and creatures of worship as means of adorning yourself with ornaments. It's such a, with lack of better terms, such a fucked up story. I don't know, that story has always made me very uncomfortable, and how it shows Mephilia as being this creepy psychopath. And Artemia's story isn't much better. She's also massacring Florem's revered animals and things and objects of worship in order to make dye that houses hallucinogenics that makes people go crazy. It's definitely something that is very uncomfortable to watch and witness these people go through. In other news, Tiz learned Aerial Slayer, so he does more damage to aerials now. Even though he's already using a bow, which does more damage to flying enemies, he will do even more damage to flying enemies with this. We've got an adventure buddy here, someone to save up, and you know what that means. Time to make some preparations. First things first, the Blessed Shield goes back onto Ringabel. He's gonna be my heal bot again. Secondly, I changed Tiz's job command from Sword Magic to Thievery. That way he has access to Steal and Mug, as well as Life Thief if he really needs it. I am also going to be removing Silence Immunity from Idia and equipping Auto as Spear Blade. That way, a spear is already put onto her weapon, meaning that she can drain enemies' magic from them. I will also be moving Agnes' self-healing to Slow Parry. That way, if something decides to hit her, it will slow them down, or at least have the chance to. Well, with all of the preparation out of the way, let's head north.
Good. It looks like we're in time.
Is something wrong? Gather your families and run! This place will soon be attacked! What? No way! It's the truth! Now hurry! You've gotta be kidding me!
This is no time to be laughing.
But it's too funny! How could you fall for it so easily? What? Hurry, girls! Send word to the Valkyrie!
To think so simple a snare would work on the infamous Vestal.
What's become of the people of this village? You didn't...
Gone, and not by my hand. This place was deserted. Though I cannot say whether the original inhabitants left alive or dead. Agnes Oblige, Vestal of Wind. You will come with me.
We won't let that happen!
Einherja.
Do not resist. Running is futile as well. You're perfectly surrounded.
Einherja!
You've not been given leave to speak, Adia.
A friend of yours?
Why are you doing this? This isn't...
I warned you not to speak!
I'm afraid I cannot keep silent. Agnes is my friend.
Yes. I've heard all about you, Adia. Traitor to your homeland. Ally to that monster. Alternus begged me to talk sense into you. He was beside himself.
He's not. Alternus has nothing to do with this.
You and I learned the sword under the same master. We shared a vision, a dream. We swore our blades to the service of Eternia, and pledged to fight for her future. Yet here you stand, a traitor.
I had to.
To free mankind from thraldom before the crystals. To create a new world where all can live in peace. These are the tenets of the Grand Marshal's philosophy. The same that you denied when you betrayed your homeland and spat in the face of your father. Why, Adia?
I knew nothing before. I was innocent, ignorant. But no longer. I've seen the world with my own eyes, judged right from wrong for myself. And now I can say with all confidence, you are wrong. All of you. The Council, the Forces, the Legion, none of you are making people's lives better. You burn cities down, bleed people dry for money. One atrocity after another.
You mean to deny your own father? Just like that?
Yes. I don't understand what he's thinking. I can't accept it.
What have you been looking at this whole time? The Vestal's illusions?
I know what I've seen. I'll let no one deny it, not even you.
This is my final warning. Return to your father's side, Adia.
I cannot. I won't. I can never go back to the Eternian forces.
The Grand Marshal's orders were to eliminate any obstacle.
Father!
Your words have made this clear. You are an obstacle before me, Adia. I'll not hold back. Your treason ends now!
Einherja the Valkyrie of the Bloodrose Legion. She is a physical queen. She hits really, really hard, but she's incredibly BP hungry. So let's go ahead and start defaulting. Except for Idia, you can examine her. Let's slow things down. 290 damage through default. 20,000 HP, no weakness, but family is human, so if we had Human Slayer, we would be able to do extra damage there. Unfortunately, we do not. Strategy is going to stay fairly similar to previous boss fights with Ring-a-Bell. He's going to be healing us up a little bit every turn. The main reason why I put Ira's Spear Blade on Idia is because Einherja likes to use her MP to make barriers for herself. So if we have a spear on our weapon, we can pretty much mitigate that entirely. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and default with everyone. Crescent Moon. This is one of her main attack options. It utilizes 1 BP from her and deals fairly strong damage to everyone on our side. Unfortunately, because it costs 1 BP for her to use, she is now in the negative, meaning we are free to just kind of wail on her, this turn at least. So I'll be hitting her twice with a Spear Blade. We'll be using Agnes to speed everyone up. And hopefully her slow parry will proc, so we can do extra damage to her later on. I'm going to use Mug. I want to see if I can grab Einherja's rare drop. That's why I put Thief on Tiz. Didn't steal anything. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, that's unfortunate. But we'll work on it. Slowly but surely, we'll be draining her MP. We don't have to worry about completely destroying it, but I wanted to get it at least somewhat low before we continue further into the fight. Einherja's back on her feet, so we're going to default with everyone for right now. There's Jump. This is her other main gimmick. Einherja leaves the battlefield, we cannot hit her, and she's going to land on us with a very, very powerful single target attack. So every single time she jumps, I will be defaulting. 690 damage. There's slow parry. There we go. It also costs a little bit of BP to use, so we are free to just wail on her even more. So I'm going to start using my specials, actually. Let's go ahead and do Air Splitter, that way I can get the power attack up, and then we'll do more spear attacks. The speed up is still going. So I think I'm going to use Lux on Anyas. We have not seen Lux yet, so we'll be able to see it. And then I'm going to do Haste on Tiz, and maybe a Quara. And then Tiz, I'm going to continue trying to mug. The first half of this fight's going to be a little slow. Nothing. Nothing. Come on, Tiz.
Now I'm serious.
585 damage, not bad, but I want the attack boost. That's why I hit it. 35, 29.
This has only begun.
There's Lux. It's going to give us some very huge bonuses. Boom! Look at that, dude. That's the power of Lux right there. We're going to speed up now. We're going to continue to heal up with Ring a Bell and default. There's Crescent Moon. Alrighty. We're going to continue to heal up. I want to have full BP charge. See what he does. I'm going to continue to default until she uses Crescent Moon. There it is. Alrighty, now we can begin to wail on her again. A Spear Blade is gone, so I'm actually going to imbue my weapon with something else. Let's do Fyra. He doesn't have any weakness, but I still want to do it. And then Anyas. Our speed is still currently up, so I'll have her just wail into her with Quara. And then Tiz, we'll continue doing Mug. Nothing. High Potion, Power Bracers, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. One of the last mugs I could have done too, without needing to use Ethers. Alright, she only has 5,000 HP. Our strategy is still fairly similar to what it's going to be even after all of our buffs are gone. There's a jump. Gonna have everyone default. 577. She cannot attack this turn, so we are free to just attack her. Let's go ahead and use... Shield Strike. We're never really gonna see this all that much, so might as well hit it. Honestly, she might not last this turn anyway, so... Let's also go ahead and see targeting. We haven't really gotten to push that button all that often, so 502, 500 versus 442, so a little bit extra damage. There's Blessing. Here's Shield Strike. Not all that strong, but we also didn't have the bonuses from the special moves. But, no, it's something nice if you really want it. There we go. Let's start up our little strat again. We're going to default. Let's see what she does. There's Spirit Barrier. Now she's going to use her MP as a shield, and we have to deplete her MP until, in order to remove the shield. That's why I had a Spear Blade on. So we're now going to have to deal with that. So let's start wailing into her and seeing what we can do. Actually, let's wait until she is in the negative. That's the general rule of this fight that I adhere to. I wait for her to waste her BP. That way I have no difficulty actually dealing damage to her. There's the jump. And then, you know what, Ring a Bell, you haven't really taken much damage yourself, so let's go ahead and let you do some stomps to remove that MP. Same with Idia. She still has the Fyra on, so we're good to attack. Anyas, I guess you can do haste on everyone. Actually, haste everyone but Tiz. And then slow her down. Yeah. And then Tiz, you can just attack normally. I got what I wanted. There's 36 mana, 43, 41. She doesn't have that much MP left, probably. Come on. There's the haste. There's the slow. Blessing. Stomp. Man, Ring a Bell didn't do too much damage there, but that's okay. Gonna have him heal. The pattern stays fairly similar now. We're just going to heal up, wait for her to do something that incriminates her BP, and then we wail into her. Hey, she finally hit ring a bell. She doesn't have her sword magic back, so let's go ahead and put that on her again. No speed boost, that's okay. We're just gonna default with Agnes. I want to keep her safe as much as possible. Beat up here. There's her MP gone. She no longer has a spirit barrier to fall back on. Idia, see if you can finish her off. And that's the battle with Einherja. Similar to her sisters, it's both straightforward and a little bit of a puzzle once you reach spirit barrier. But play patient and safe, and you'll have her down in no time. Lots of EXP, lots of JP. Time Magic level 4, Memento, and the Valkyrie Halberd. And with another member of the Blood Rose Legion down, we obtain another asterisk, the Valkyrie asterisk. The Valkyrie launches hit-and-run leaping attacks, skilled at powerful BP attacks and favors spears, totally not the Dragoon. Their specialty is soulmates, and their job command is acrobatics. The Valkyrie stats are actually surprisingly above average, being able to deal decent damage with their fairly high strength stat. They also have a decent amount of HP with their HP and vitality stats, and their MP isn't anything to scoff at either, especially since they need to have that spear barrier defense. Their intelligence and mind stats aren't very good though, making them not very suitable mage sub-job users. In terms of their arms aptitude, they are the de facto spear user of this game, though they can default back into swords or staves if they really, really need to, but spears are going to be their main attraction. In terms of armor, they are fairly tanky, allowing them to wear heavier armor for more benefits. The Valkyrie is the hardest hitting physical attack job we've gotten at this point in the game, and they specialize in high BP cost, heavy hit attacks like Jump and Crescent Moon, as we can see here. Meaning that they are very capable of mowing down enemies in no time flat, and also jumping to avoid enemy attacks and landing down with very powerful single target hits. The Valkyrie is something I'm going to be using fairly soon, so look forward to it then.
You've grown stronger.
Einherja.
Why do you weep? You've bested me. Be proud.
I never wanted.
Adia, hear me now. My final request. Meet with him, with your father, face to face. No more intermediaries. Look at him. Look at him, and you'll see it. What he seeks. I know.
I will. I swear it to you.
Good. That's good, my sisters. You've come to guide me.
Einherja was different from her sisters. She was brave, she was valiant, and she fully believed in her cause and what she was doing was right. I respect her for that, and I hope she rests in peace, if anything else. Let's not waste any more time here. Let's head back towards Florem. Before we go for today, I think it would be best if we go ahead and take a look at what the Valkyrie job has to offer, at least inside of the menus. So, let's go ahead and do that. First things first, though, I do want to go over the job level ups I got during the fight with Einherja herself, starting with Agnes's Time Magic level 4, which will give her access to spells that we can get, not right now, but fairly soon. And we also got Memento. Restore 50% of MP for all allies except yourself when you suffer a KO. However, allies in the KO state do not recover MP. Except during Bravely Second, the upper limit for MP restoration is 999. This is an interesting support ability that you probably won't see me use almost at all, so not really worth talking about too much anymore. But in other news, Edea has been Spellfencer for quite a while, and I think it only makes sense if she goes and becomes the Valkyrie. Congratulations, Edea. You now have spears on your waist. I don't think I'm going to be changing her job command just yet, though I will probably move it over to sword magic here fairly soon, so that she can imbue her weapons with magic. Though I am going to remove the auto as spear blade and put on... And now that swords are of C rank affinity, we now have to look at something else to put on. We could put on the Valkyrie Halberd for 119 damage, or we could purchase Lubu's Spear for 8,000 Peeg. This is something that I've been saving up for this occasion alone. So, let's go ahead and buy it. And there we go, 171 attack power. She is very, very strong physically. So, that's looking good. This seems like a good place to stop for the day. We obtained a new asterisk and took down another member of the Bloodrose Legion. But our time here in Florem isn't done just yet, and I'm not going to go see Olivia immediately either. There's one more thing I want to tackle here before we move on to go and find Olivia. So, we'll save that for next time. So with that, I'll see you soon.